MMA City. It's your boy, the Coach Show Live, blah, blah, from the Coach Show, the Coach Show Live. Okay, folks, I want to talk to y'all about the business of, what's about to happen with Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes. Okay, Cyborg and Amanda Nunes, they are no step closer to having that second fight. It's not going to happen. And as fans, guys, we got to go ahead and we have to stop believing that this fight's going to happen. It's just not going to happen, okay? But here's something that is happening right now before we speak. So Dana White and Scott Coker, they are scrambling right now. Both of them want Kayla Harrison. Okay, Kayla Harrison is set to become a free agent. Dana White and Scott Coker, they both want Kayla Harrison. The thing of it is, though, is who's going to show Kayla the money? Because you guys got to understand now. See, Kayla has now made herself, pretty much the talk. Okay, Kayla Harrison has made herself the talk. She is the talk. And now the mega fight in WMMA is who's going to be the first to beat Kayla Harrison. Okay, now we can say that, Kayla has, a resume. She's 11-0. And can we say that 90% of those people wasn't even quality opponents? Yeah. Honestly, with the exception, I'll say Larissa Pacheco. Like, that's the only opponent, to me, who I thought was more well-rounded to deal with Kayla. Everybody else, they either pulled them in on short notice or, they pulled them up from, being a bantamweight. And the person wasn't even well-rounded. I thought Josette Cotton gave Kayla Harrison a tough fight. I thought she did because Kayla was trying to submit Josette. She couldn't do it. And to be honest, Josette Cotton wasn't even hurt in that fight. She wasn't even hurt. She was actually from the ground. She was like, it was crazy. She was dodging. She was slipping punches on the ground and returning fire. But, the referee thought it was probably good to stop the fight, and Josette wasn't even hurt. I thought those two fights right there, Kayla Harrison actually had to do something else to win those fights. With Larissa Pacheco, she had to pull out all the stops because Pacheco was actually on that ass. But 11-0 in WMMA, it doesn't matter. It's still a pretty good resume. And now we got to start having that conversation, okay? Who's going to get this fight with Kayla Harrison? Who? Because it's going to come down to money. It's going to come down to money. That's just what it is. Who going to pay Kayla Harrison the most money? One thing that you can be guaranteed, she's leaving the PFL. Okay, she's out of there. Okay, my sources, people that, okay. And I think Kayla, being a fighter, Kayla might need to learn how to just shut up. And don't say stuff around certain people. Because now, we here are getting to the point where some of these fighters, they'll talk to us. And I think Kayla, for her future probably just need to be quiet. But sources, Kayla Harrison will not be back in the PFL. She won't be back. Okay? She's either going to go to Bellator or the UFC. It's undecided. Who going to show her the money? Okay, guys, my thoughts, I think Kayla Harrison will be going to the UFC. I don't think personally that Scott Coker is going to be able to, match what Dana White's going to do. I don't think he'll be able to do it. In fact, this is crazy, man. Like Viacom, I got all excited about Viacom, and you know what? I think like Viacom stepping aside, like folks, it's not, to me, it's not the best situations for Bellator right now. Like, I don't know, like what is Bellator going to do? I know that they don't have enough. I know they can't match Dana White. And it is going to go down like in boxing, how they have purse bids? Well, it'll be sort of similar. They're going to, see who can bid the highest to get Kayla Harrison with them. That's all it's going to be. You guys got to understand that's business. That's how things work sometimes. Kayla Harrison, we hate the trash talk. I can't stand her. But I can't come on here and say that she ain't a genius. Hell, we don't know. Maybe Kayla deep down don't believe she can beat Amanda or Chris. Maybe. But I tell you what, she sold herself. I'm talking about Kayla Harrison put a price tag on herself, and she did a damn good job of doing it. So now it's like, okay, the question is not what are Chris and Amanda going to do? It's who's going to fight Kayla Harrison next. Which one? One of these two will be fighting Kayla Harrison. I think it's going to be Amanda Nunes. I think it's going to be Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison. I know the fight that we want to see, because, Kayla Harrison and Chris Cyborg really been going back and forth for about a year now. That fight is a more intriguing matchup. But when Dana won it, Dana going to get it. And Dana had already talked about how he want Kayla Harrison. He came out and said it. And he said that, that him and Kayla been talking behind the scenes, about an offer that'll be good. So, yeah. And you better believe that Kayla coming for that money. She coming for the money. And see, it's going to have to be a deal where her payout is more than, what the PFL pay Kayla per fight. That's what's going to have to happen. I'm not really sure what Kayla makes per fight at the PFL. But, that $1 million, though, it's always attractive because you get your fight payout and then plus the $1 million, if you win that tournament. That's always attractive. And more than likely, Kayla Harrison is going to run away with this tournament because Larissa Pacheco's out. Like, she's out, which is crazy. And I always thought to wonder, guys, don't this seem kind of funny, man? Like, how the hell does Larissa Pacheco, for some parts of her career, make bantamweight? Other parts of her career, she's able to make the featherweight limit. Never missed a weight. And now she can't make 155 pounds. Guys, it just is baffling to me that she can't make that weight. I don't know, man. Somebody getting sloppy, but Larissa Pacheco was probably the biggest threat to Kayla Harrison. And this for $1 million. I mean, you can't stop eating for $1 million. Man, I'll go 30 days with no food if I know I'm getting $1 million at the end of 30 days. I don't care. And it's like, I don't know, man, just no discipline or could it be by design? Could it be by design? Because now with Pacheco gone, folks, there's nobody in that tournament, man, that's going to be able to deal with Kayla Harrison. It's only one person that will probably put up a fight. That's Caitlin Young. And just because of the stylistic matchup. But then I still think Kayla Harrison wins that fight, too. It's just what it is. I mean, ain't nobody going to beat her. Her competition is going to be outside of the PFL. And Kayla, at this point, I think the PFL, they aggravated Kayla so much during the pandemic, where Kayla took that year off. They all took the year off. And I think that left a very sour taste in Kayla Harrison's mouth. So she just kind of like, she want to get past the whole PFL thing. She want to be out of that business because of, how they handled the pandemic. And see, Kayla was getting upset that, everybody was having events except for the PFL. Even Bellator, who they were the most skeptical. Bellator was having events. And the PFL, they were still sitting on the sideline. And so Kayla was like, what if this thing, get even worse? Man, hey, my paychecks are gone. I ain't finna get no bread. Now, Kayla does get that little $2,000 a month stipend from the PFL when you're not fighting. But I mean, I don't think for her that's not gonna sway her opinion, because I think that if she move on to the UFC, I think she'll make far more money. Probably get more sponsors, probably have more endorsements, that kind of thing, if she attaches her name to the UFC. And if Kayla Harrison can go in there and beat Amanda Nunes, I'm going to tell you, she'd be the highest paid MMA fighter on the planet. Hands down, bar none. Okay, that's just what it is. She'd be the highest paid mixed martial arts female in the damn world. So, I mean, she got some decisions to make. And I think fighting Cyborg at Bellator, yes, there's more competition at Bellator. There are more names. But see, that's just it, Who else? What is... To me, at Bellator, they got the names. But do they have the financial backing to pay Kayla what she wants?